Hello everyone, as the sun rises on the horizon, I want to welcome you back to my series, Prominence mod pack, Prominence 1 to be exact. We're still in 119, but I feel 120 is close. Create has been released, very excited to actually get Create in 120. But for now, this episode is going to be about one mod, Applied Energistics 2. And you may remember quite a few episodes back, we found one of these meteors, we dug out some stuff inside. Well, unfortunately that stuff is now deep in my storage vault and I have no idea how to get it out quickly. So I found another meteor. We're going to mine it. We're going to basically mine the whole thing so that I don't miss out on anything. Take it back to somewhere that's got a bit of space for us to build some applied energistics machines. And then I just need to get familiar with this mod. I'm actually really looking forward to this. It's hard to get your head around what it actually does, this mod. But hopefully this episode, if you're unsure like me, this episode may help you out. First of all, let's get digging. Right, that's a lot of skystone. Look at that. I've just dug around everything. And we have this in the middle just to get a better idea of what we're looking at here. Let me just pillar up. And this is what I was after. Mysterious cube, which gives the I think the 3 or 4 inscriptions, which are some sort of printing templates for machine stuff. There we go. So I have logic press, silicon press, engineering, and calculation presses, which is the main thing. The other thing I need to get is I need to actually harvest these blocks. So Certus quartz block is actually, so should I still touch? I'm not sure. I've got this is fortune, so that just gives me the block. This is a flawed budding, so that's just a normal block. So the rest of these, I think I will need to silk touch them. I don't need... So I'll get rid of these. Even the little ones give me something. That looks a bit different actually. Powder. I will silk touch the actual blocks themselves. And then hopefully... Oh yes, inventory, of course. Right, a bit of creative ender chesting later. I now have all of those bits. I've got 3 chipped budding blocks, 1 flawed, 1 damaged, no flawless, unfortunately. But I believe there is a way where you can actually repair them. I need to look that up a little bit, I think, and find out how to do that. But at the moment, this meteorite is gone. It's been mined, so I'm going to head back and find somewhere to do some applied energistics experiments. And where better than this beautiful mountain valley? Is it a valley? Pass? Whatever you want to call it. Ages ago I built a railway line here when I was first learning how to use Create Rail, and I just thought, yeah, this is stunning. This is the place that my daughter made me promise to not build anything ugly. Well, I think just as a temporary building area, I think this would be wonderful for a bit of applied energistics experiments. There are some... It's miles away from anything in case I build anything dangerous, so I'm not sure if that's possible. Ooh, rainbow rose. And yeah, there's potentially I could build some underground just to keep it looking pretty. But it is stunning up. You know, this is the sort of place that I could live. I could live here. Maybe I should build my actual house, because I don't actually have a house of my own yet. But for now, I'm going to set up camp. I'm going to probably set up a rail line here so that I can get about a lot easier in terms of actually building a station here. Just a very simple, quick station so I can get around. I'm going to go back and get some more things to start my experiments, and then we will follow the quests here. I'm looking at it, but I can't see it. Oh, it's down there. So we have all of these things to do. We've actually done a few of them already from the last time. And we'll go through them. So we need to get cracking on these to really learn how things are done. I work in IT, so the way that I'm looking at this is that this actually should be fairly logical for me. We shall see. Right, let me get my... Oh, it's dark. Let me go and grab some bits. I will sleep, I think, first, and then see you in the morning. A few hours later, I've built myself a nifty little runner here. This train is called Thomas. Those of you from the UK who have ever watched Thomas the Tank Engine may understand why. Just a blast from the past for me. Foxy driver here is under strict instructions not to leave unless I'm sat in this seat. So yeah, there should be no chasing for the train and it leaving before I get there. So we've got a little bit of storage, nothing too much. I'm not going to need a huge amount of storage up here at first anyway, because I've started to build just a floor, kind of like a laboratory floor where I'm doing a few experiments with the Applied Energistics mod and trying to understand it and get used to it. And this chiseled quartz has run out. Okay, I'll have to go and get some more. Plenty of quartz, however, from the quartz crystals that I've got growing back in the... What did I call it? The workshop. That's what I called it. It's been so long since I've been there. But I'll have to go back and get some more and just fill out a little area, make it safe from mobs, because this is basically just it's like a gladiator's arena. They're just mobs just descend at you down the hills. So I need to make it a little safer, maybe put some walls up, and then I've got oh dear, I have a scheduling problem. That's probably something to do with signalling that I've just done for this train here. Okay, I'll go and sort that out at some point, but I'll come back when I finish this little area here, and then we can get on with exploring the Applied Energistics mod, which very excited about. Right, finish the floor, see you in a minute. Behold, the Applied Energistics lab. It's modern, minimalist, great views, as you can see. One thing I'm also going to do in here is, in this little valley, is create some dye farms, because there's so many different colours of flowers here that I can take advantage of. But we're in a safe place now. We've got walls, we've got glass, we're even glass trapdoors on the ceiling to maintain that view. Stunning. Let me just pop shaders on. I've just realised I've started recording without shaders. It doesn't make much difference, to be honest, although the quartz is much shinier. I've got these blocks that we found in the meteorite growing, so this is actually already... I've got to make sure I've got the right... yes, I don't want to silk touch these ones, which gives me Certus quartz crystals. Certus quartz seem to be the key... one of the key ingredients, key items for everything to do with Applied Energistics. We have 4 of those. None of them are flawless. Unfortunately, we've got a damaged, flawed, chipped, and a Certus quartz block. Okay, that shouldn't be growing. That's weird. I don't know what's going on there. How odd. Right, so we have 26 already, so with fortune. Hello? Is there a chicken nearby? Or is that the fox? It's you, isn't it? You're the one that's squeaking. It's making it echo here. It's a bit freaky. Right, let's have a look at the quests. First of all, I've had a quick look at this, and we need various different things. I've collected loads of stuff that I think I need, like diamond, gold, iron, copper, slime and pistons, glass, water, coal. I think most of that. That's what I've got over there. Why is that growing? That makes no sense. That shouldn't grow. That shouldn't grow anything. Yeah. Anyway, never mind. Who am I to question what's happening? I need these things. I need lots of them. First of all, we are going to build a charger, which it provides a way to charge supported tools through the ME network, or manually using a crank, which is what we'll start off with. So we can use it to create charged Certus quartz crystal from Certus quartz crystal. We don't need the meteorite compass unless we need more of these blocks here to grow, then that would be quite useful. So we'll probably make one anyway. And is it, let me just check the light levels in here. No, I think I should be safe from nasty spawning in here. So then we've got to get these growing. We've got to harvest them manually to start with. And once we have enough, we can start crafting some things. So I'm going to, first of all, oh, actually, I've already found a shortcut here. So the inscriber, that's the next thing. The charger, that's what we want to craft. So yeah, I had those bits. Let's create our first. Ooh, loads to do, but in fact, will it actually let us? No, we might need to do it through REI. So charger. There we go. And we have got our first proper AE2 machine. I do wonder why it keeps calling me a road deployer. I need to find out about that. We have our charger. So to go in that, we need, in fact, it's offline. That's because there's no power. I am learning this. I am learning this as I record. So if you think that I'm sounding a bit clueless, it's because, well, I am. In short. Right, so we'll pop that there. So I think that, I'm not sure where the crank goes, but we'll need to craft one of them. But we have our, do we get, oh, we get a reward. We get a crank with that. That's very handy. So we then need to craft a compass. Where do you go? Ah. Okay, you have to shift click it. Right, so the next thing is to craft, where am I going? I need to craft a meteorite compass. So, alright, so I pop a normal compass into the charger, turn it round 10 times, and voila, we have a meteorite compass. Probably a bit too much redstone. We have a compass. Let's pop that in there. So this compass should, when it gets charged, oh, it's doing stuff. Things are happening. No, more. What did I do? I broke the crank. Oops. But I do have a meteorite compass. So if, for more of these blocks, I can now follow the compass that way. So we're doing well. We're doing well. We have all of these. So let me claim my rewards. So this is, so we're basically the raw ingredients we can find from the meteorites. We need to charge the crystals, and we need to also start printing some processing units. So you've got various different engineering, calculation, logic, and yeah, and they allow me. So when I get silicon, and I think I know what I'm talking about here. Once you have that, I can then start. I can then start storing things in applied energistics terms. So different size storage disks. You think about it. If you're an IT person, a set of servers with disks in. You know, you got a whole array of disks that can sort of scale your storage up. And the idea, really, for me, is that giant storage area I've got full of Create Vault storage at the moment, with literally hundreds of thousands of items that I've just dumped in there in no order, I should be able to access through by basically storing them all onto disk, and I should be able to access and sort and search and do all that sort of thing. That's the plan, and I'm very early on in my days with Applied Energistics, so who knows how that will go, but that's the plan. Next up, we need to craft an inscriber. Pop that up there. So we now have an inscriber, so we can start producing some silicon. So we need to add the presses. Are they called? Are they called presses? Yes, they are. So we've got calculation, logic, engineering, and silicon. What do I need to do first? In fact, let's just collect my rewards. Ender dust. So I need ender pearls. I don't have ender pearls. That's annoying. I can go and get some though. Having got access to the end, that's a lot easier than it used to be. Sky stone into sky stone dust. Well, I've got lots of sky stone. Okay, another hand crank has been crafted. I don't have to craft them every time. That would get annoying. So I've got... No, I can't put a stack in. I just have to have one at a time. This is going to get rather tiresome. So the inscriber, I think, should turn this into dust, which I have. Nice. I don't want to have to do that manually, so there could be some automation there further down the line. Next up, we need to produce some charged Certus quartz crystal, which is the first step towards the Fluix crystal, which is the magic source that we need. The foundation of all ME technology. I'm not sure what ME stands for. I'm sure I could look it up. Something to do with energy, maybe. Yes, either way, let's get this going. So we need to pop a quartz crystal into here and get cranking. They're growing very fast. It's quite cool actually. I'm with a fortune pick. Things are coming along quite nicely. So let's pop. Nope, I can only put again one at a time. I really hope this doesn't break every time I use it. It should stop, hopefully. And then there we go. Some electrics will happen. I have a charged crystal. Wonderful. We're doing well. So what do I get? I get more stuff. Thank you. So the next thing is to turn it into a Fluix crystal. So Fluix crystal was crafted by placing charged Certus quartz crystal, nether quartz, and redstone dust into water. It will react and create a Fluix crystal. Right, well then let's pop some stuff in there. Actually, I need that. I need that. And what was it? Nether quartz as well I needed. And a bucket of water that I had prepared earlier. Right, so we need to pop that in there. One of those in there. No, I don't want to pick it up. Thank you. And one nether quartz. Does that mean stuff's going to happen? Stuff has happened. I was expecting some fireworks. We are now really on a roll. So the crystal possesses the unique ability to absorb and convert energy from one form to another. Crafted, yes, done that. it will quickly start to react and result in a Fluix crystal, which means now I can create Fluix dust, I believe, in the... Oh, that will probably be another... yeah, another one here. Quick bit of cranking. Oh, okay. Doesn't actually tell you when it's done, which is disappointing. And yeah, another one done. You get 10 Fluix crystals. This is easy. Right, I just need to go and get myself a few ender pearls from storage and get this, and then I'll have this area tied up and we can move on to logic circuit printing and maybe even a crystal growth accelerator. Not that I need it at the moment, things are pretty fast as they are. Pop the ender pearl in here and then crank away once again. Okay, there's a little animation when it's done, which is something I need to keep an eye out for. Ender dust, which is now done, which means... What do I get? Oh, I get more ender pearls. Okay, thank you. So I shall pop them in there. We are now, yeah, we're now really doing quite well. I need to create silicon. It can be crafted by smelting Certus quartz dust, which I have actually already looked at, so thank you. Okay, we are... I feel like we're going through this in a naturally fast speed. I'm sure this is meant to be harder, but I guess there will be harder items ahead. Printed silicon. So what do I do now then? That and gold. It's doing something. Ooh. I have a printed logic circuit. Which is rather handy. And printed logic circuit, so I've got to turn that into a processor. So printed silicon, how do I... Maybe it's just a matter of putting... Do I put silicon in there? No. Let's have a look. So printed silicon. Electric packer and inscriber. So inscriber, silicon press and silicon. Okay. Silicon press, silicon. Okay, this isn't doing it automatically. Wonder what I did before. Maybe it's let some charge in. Just got to watch for the doors to shut. There we go. I have printed silicon, which now means I can create a logic processor. Inscriber. Silicon and logic. Silicon, redstone, crank away, and we should have ourselves our first logic processor. Ta-da! Oh wow, it's bright in here when the sun's out, isn't it? Yes! Okay, we now have one of these, which means, well, obviously we get a ton of rewards. We can now start producing more of these processors. And then eventually a drive. So this is basically the area where the block where we can actually build. It's kind of like a cabinet for our storage, and with that we insert the storage cells into the slots in that cabinet, and obviously the higher the capacity, the more storage we've got. All sorts of different options available there. A little while later we have finished the process of The process of creating processors. We have our engineering, our calculation, and our logic processors, which means we are all ticked down here. And the final thing I'm going to do in this episode, because I think I'm probably pushing time a little bit for the episode, we'll continue this next up. If you've enjoyed it, then please tune in for that. Next episode will be out fairly soon. I'm recording quite a few back to back, so yeah, keep an eye on the videos coming out. Hit that notification bell. Right, let's just finish off with building ourselves a drive. We need 2 engineering processors, some Fluix glass cable. So we need 2 Fluix crystals and a quartz fiber. It's all sorts I need. Silicon press. Silicon. Pop that in there and then crank away. Awesome. So we have printed silicon. We have no inventory space. Let's pop that in the chest. So we need now, I'm getting the hang of this slowly but surely. So we want one of them. We need a printed silicon circuit, a bit of redstone, crank that, crank. Doors will shut like that, magic, and we have another engineering processor. There we go. Pop that in there, and we have a drive. Just like that. So this is where we pop our discs in. We also need to, in the next episode, we'll look at powering this so that we can actually access the discs. And then, in theory, we should be able to start storing some stuff. I need to look into, and I haven't done this yet, and I really should have done this before. I should have looked into how we can actually hook this up to create storage. There must be a way, and I will find a way, even if it means downloading an additional mod to do it. But that's enough. So from my mountain modernist minimalist laboratory, where I've had some fun with applied energistics, it's a bit different. There's a lot to it. It's quite involved, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. A little bit different. I've really been learning as I've been filming. Hopefully you've enjoyed that experience. Either way, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you very soon for some more applied energistics on Prominence. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.